This is Super Yacht News with Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, as you will have seen from the thumbnail, a yacht was vandalized. This happened last weekend in Germany, in actual fact. I think it was the 19th of June it happened, and it was in Ankara Marina, which is a German marina on the Baltic side of Germany. Now, allegedly there were 6 people who trespassed onto this vessel, and then they started to vandalize it. They used fire extinguishers that had been converted and had paint inside, and they sprayed this orange paint all over the vessel. They also poured some green substance in the water, which you can see that in the photographs the water is bright green. And there were 4 of their accomplices were in a small dinghy, rubber dinghy, filming the whole event, and you can see they've put out some banners there. Anyway, they were all arrested by the German police. The banners say, one of them says, "Your luxury equals our crop failures." So apparently this man's yacht is responsible for their failures of their crops. I don't know why that would be. Another read, "For whom do you make politics, Chancellor Scholz?" So anyway, the vandals call themselves the last generation, and they are climate people apparently. And the police arrested all of them. Now this is the irony, because they were climate people, but the irony is that they were charged with trespassing, property damage, and water pollution. So they polluted the water in their aims to save the environment. Anyway, the yacht is a 34-meter or 111-foot yacht built in Germany, and the vessel's name is Lady M. It's not related to the other Lady M, which is in Imperia, which was arrested, owned by Alexei Mordozhov. It's nothing to do with that boat. And according to the people who call themselves the last generation, this was to protect against the destructive lifestyle of the super rich. So there you go. Anyway, we'll move on to the next story. This is a more uplifting story about a super yacht. And this would have started out like any normal day. Crew picked up their guests and the charter yacht, a 57-meter or 189-foot super yacht built by Fedship in 2013, called Motor Yacht W, so another boat with just one letter as a name. Anyway, the crew picked up their guests in Malaga and were headed to Ibiza, which is a Spanish island in the Mediterranean. On their way, the first day at sea, they spotted something in the water, and they started to investigate what it was, and then they saw movement, and it turns out there was a person in the water, and he had some sort of flotation device which was partially deflated by the looks of it. In the photographs that you can see here, these were taken from on board. When they got closer, they realized it was a man, and they, I would imagine, now I don't know this part of the story, I would imagine they launched a rescue boat, because you would not sail right up to somebody in a 60-meter yacht in the water. You'd launch a small boat, so it's safer. So I would imagine they launched the rescue boat, and they recovered the man. They brought him back onto the yacht, and they lay him out on the deck, as you can see in the photograph here. Now it turns out the man had been in the water for over 5 days. Incredibly, he had gone from Morocco and he was swimming to Spain. He didn't have a boat. He was swimming. Like I said, I think he had some sort of inflatable with him, which probably partially deflated. And anyway, he was in the ocean for over 5 days. He said I think he lost count of how many days he was actually in the water. So the yacht did the right thing. They went over, rescued the man, gave him first aid, lay him out, gave him water, of course. They also called the Spanish search and rescue, who dispatched a helicopter, and the man was then airlifted to the helicopter, and they took him off to a hospital in Spain somewhere for medical treatment. So that was a great result for the crew. I'm sure that was quite a dramatic experience for all of them. But congratulations to all of the crew of Motor Yacht W for a dramatic rescue there. Anyway, we'll move on to our next story. And this is about another boat called Motor Yacht Raider. This boat was built in 1966 in Germany. Anyway, the vessel ran aground in Greece, just out of the port of Aegina. The vessel was heading from Aegina to Piraeus in Greece, which is the port for Athens. And the vessel sailed straight out and straight onto what it looks like, according to the map, it looks like, or the navigational chart, looks like it was a sandbank, and they ran aground. and they were stuck on this sandbank. I think it was a sandbank because of the way the vessel was recovered. And you can see in this video footage here, the vessel is being pulled by a tug in an attempt to pull it from that sandbank. Now, if they'd run aground onto rocks, of course they wouldn't do that. So based on the navigational chart and the way they're trying to recover that vessel, I assume it ran aground on the sand. I would assume they also carried out a damage assessment before they attempted to free that vessel, because obviously if they pierced the hull and then they pulled it off, it will sink, right? Now, what's interesting is it appears from the track from marine traffic that the vessel just continued on its way once it was freed. They didn't feel the necessity to go back to the port they just left and you know, double check that everything was fine. They obviously decided that the vessel was fine and it was able to go on with its journey, and off they went. Now, this footage was actually sent in to us by another YouTuber, and he goes by the name of, his channel goes by the name of Sailing Doodles. And that is a couple who sail around on a sailing boat, and they go all over the world and they post videos online. They've got over 600,000 subscribers. So if you want to check them out, I'll put a link in the description. I think I'll put one up in the top corner as well. All right, so we've got one more story before we go. And this is just a brief one about spotting Motor Yacht A in Dubai. As you can see in the footage here that was sent in to us. And you can see the boat is moored next to another yacht there called Motor Yacht Dubai. That boat seems to have been there for a long time, because when you look on the satellite maps, you can actually see that boat is still there. So, you know, they do those updates every so many months. So that vessel looks like it's been there for quite a while. Just off to the right there, you can see the stern of Motor Yacht Dubai as well, which is for sale. And obviously that is the Queen Elizabeth II there on the right-hand side. But the vessel is still doesn't have any change on the IMO database. Vessel still has no flag state registered since it was deregistered by the Isle of Man last year when the owner, Andrei Melnichenko, was sanctioned. So the vessel has been in Dubai pretty much since March last year. Probably took them a couple of weeks to get there, maybe a week to get there from the Maldives. It was last spotted in the Maldives. It went dark, switched off the AIS, and then a few weeks later they were seen in Ras Al Khaimah and Dubai. The vessel's still there ever since, not flown a flag since, not registered on the IMO database, and it's not used the AIS for over a year, including the tenders. All of the AIS has been switched off. Anyway, one last thing before we go, please be sure to check out our new channel. It's called Super Yacht News. We take these longer videos and we chop them up into individual stories. It's good for people who are on the go and maybe they don't have time to watch the whole video. You can find it by typing at superyacht-news into YouTube, or you can check the link here under this video. You'll find a link to it there. And one last thing, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/eSysman. You'll find behind the scenes videos, including the full tender ride around the marina at the Monaco GP. You'll get to see exclusive videos not published on YouTube, like the Patreon chat series and the Atlantic vlog series. You'll get early access to features advert free. Just posted one yesterday. And we ask questions for Patreon only Q&As, and we just posted one of those about 10 days ago as well. So check that out. Also be sure to stay tuned. Tomorrow we've got a video coming out. I did promise it over the weekend, but it was a bit delayed a little bit. But that video is live on the Patreon channel, but you'll get it here tomorrow with adverts, of course. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you've got any information about any of the stories here or any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can do that in the normal way on the About page of the YouTube channel. You can get us on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, on Twitter, and on Threema. Please be sure to like this video, very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.